Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, Week 11 NFL. Great game to start the week. Thursday night, Arizona's at Seattle. Ridiculous game. The last time they played, actually the last two times they played, going back to last year. They've had ridiculous overtime games. The one last year, I'm thinking of that 6-6 tie they had last year, and then of course this year Arizona wins in overtime. I think 37-34, but you get these two again. Again, fantastic fantasy matchup. If you got these guys, you play them, and I think Seattle wins the game. Arizona, very fortunate last week getting a Hail Mary to beat Buffalo. They're both 6-3, but Arizona's it's been more of a struggle for them to get there, and I think Seattle, gets their revenge here and evens it up. And who knows? These two teams might play again in January. But I'll take the Seahawks to start off the week. Early games on Sunday: Phillies at Cleveland. The Browns, getting it done on defense. Nothing happening on offense. Philly's a good matchup for them because, listen, Wentz has been pretty much a disaster. I know they've had injuries. They're getting some guys back, but I don't know. Can you trust Philly's offense right now? I know I can't. I can't trust Cleveland's offense either, but I have more faith in Cleveland's defense than I do Philly overall. So I'll take Cleveland to win that game. Atlanta's at New Orleans. Not sure who's starting here yet. It's probably going to be Jameis Winston, but Taysom Hill's obviously going to be more involved than he normally is, or we assume he is. Who knows? Maybe Winston just plays the whole game. Who knows? Atlanta's coming off a bye. Again, they'll be feisty. They can score points, but even without Breeze, in the end, Atlanta will blow it, and the Saints will win. And Cincinnati's at Washington. Again, two teams that they're not good, not going anywhere, but two teams that can, give you an effort. And you got a couple of fantasy guys you can play. Bengals again don't have Joe Mixon, so if you happen to luck into Giovanni Bernard onto your roster, congratulations. But this will be a tight game. I'll take the Bengals in this one just because part of me wants the NFC East to completely collapse. And the stupid Cowboys have a shot to win the division. So I'll take the Bengals, but that'll be a close game. Detroit's at Carolina. Detroit is banged up. Stafford's been dealing with injuries. He's got a ligament tear in one of his fingers or his thumb. I forget what it is. So he's questionable. Galladay's been out since week 8. Hawkinson's on injury report. Marvin Jones is questionable. These guys don't end up going. Detroit's going to be hard pressed to win this game. Carolina, maybe Bridgewater plays. I'm going to take Carolina in this game because I don't know that Detroit's going to be at full strength. And even if they are, it's not like you trust Detroit to do the right thing week to week. But close game there. But I'll take Carolina. Pittsburgh's at Jacksonville. Jacksonville put a scare in everybody in survivor pool last week when they hung Green Bay for most of the game, and they might do the same thing this week. But I don't know that it's going to be Pittsburgh will take care of business. This is not going to be like Pittsburgh Dallas where when it comes down to the end. But Jacksonville might keep it interesting here for a little bit, but I think Pittsburgh will pull away, and the Steelers win. The Steelers are undefeated, so there you go. Good for them. Tennessee is at Baltimore. God, this is a tough game. I don't know. What are we looking at here? Baltimore is. What is the AFC? Baltimore's 6-3. Titans is 6-3. Titans bad loss on Thursday night to the Colts. This looks sloppy. Ravens, they didn't look great either against a New England team that's not what they've been. And I know they got caught in the rain on the last drive, but somebody gonna come out of here 7-3. Man, I really don't know what picking it. I'll take Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson's gonna finish strong. You saw a little bit of that last week, but this is a toss-up. I'll take Baltimore. New England's at Houston. The Patriots again are hanging around for a playoff spot. The division is not out of reach yet either. Buffalo losing on that Hail Mary kind of keeps the AFC East door open a little bit for them, and Cam playing a little bit better. Jacoby Myers has come on. Houston's not. Houston's season's over. I'll take New England in this one. Really, you're going to go against New England in Houston? Come on. All right, Sunday, late afternoon, Miami's at Denver. Boy, I tell you, I couldn't believe it when I saw it, but, I was going through, Miami's good, I think. It's 6-3, but, they're good. You look at the games, that they've, look what they've done this year. They beat the Chargers last week. Pretty good. They got a late touchdown to keep the score close. They beat Arizona. They beat the Rams. They shut out the Jets. They blew out the 49ers before everybody got hurt. Lost a close one to Seattle. Blew out Jacksonville. Close loss to Buffalo. 10-point loss to New England. Week 1. Miami's bringing it every week. And I tell you what, they're a dark horse pick for Survivor Pool, I think, this week too. Because the Broncos, first of all, who cares if they start Drew Lock? But if they're throwing Brett Rippon out there, Broncos are kind of a mess offensively. They're just not getting it done. So I'm taking Miami to win the game, but I know there's two other tastier picks out there for Survivor right now, but I might lead to win Miami this week. I haven't made up my mind, but Miami's gonna win the game, but I might have to roll with them in the Survivor Pool. Jets or Chargers, and that's the one everyone's going to be on this week. But this is one that looks obvious on paper, but you're like, well, wait a minute, the Chargers are 2-7. Are you going to take a 2-7 team to beat a 0-9 team? Is that in week 11 of a Survivor Pool? Is that what it's come down to? Listen, the Jets are a mess, but they moved the ball well against New England Monday night a couple weeks ago. The Chargers, find new ways to lose games, and here's what worries me about the Jets Chargers game from a Survivor Pool pick standpoint. On paper, you're like, oh yeah, Justin Herbert's been killing it. Chargers have weapons. Jets are disgusting. I get that, but I could totally see first half of this game, announcers talking about how Greg Williams' defensive scheme is totally confusing the rookie quarterback, and the Chargers have 3 points at halftime. And then you're like, why did I do this? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I could see that happening. Listen, you got to pick the Chargers to win the game. No one's picking the Jets to do anything, but I don't know. This is a dangerous week for Survivor Pool. This is a dangerous week. They're all dangerous now, but because you've already picked a bunch of teams and games are getting tighter. But I don't know. I just buyer beware on this one. I'm taking the Chargers, but don't be. Listen. You don't think the Jets are looking at this one going, "Oh, this is the one game we can win." This team's 2-7. I'm just saying. But anyway, and the Jets are coming out of a bye, right? The Jets had a bye last week, so just keep your eye on that one. Green Bay's in Indianapolis. Man, I was wrong about the Colts last week. Here's the thing with the Colts: they don't have any. The defense is good, but offensively they don't have a great player. But they have a lot of really good players. they got three good running backs. Phillip Rivers, he's on his, he's running on fumes, but he's still, he's not killing them. He can put it up there, here and there, and look good at times. And they've got good receivers. Pittman is emerging. Zach Pascal is serviceable. Mo Alley Cox is a decent tight end. T.Y. Hilton once in a while will give you an effort. So this is why Colts have been hard to figure out, because it's like they don't have a superstar player, but they got a lot of really good pieces that are working well right now. And this will be a good game with Green Bay. You don't like what you saw out of Green Bay last week, struggling against Jacksonville, but this game being indoors, it could be a track meet, and I'll take Aaron Rodgers in a track meet. But that would be a good game. Dallas is at Minnesota. Here's the other survivor pick that I'm sure people are looking at. But again, I'm going to ask you: do you trust Minnesota to do anything when it's on the line? You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Bears had zero offense last week, and Minnesota. Listen, the kickoff return made the score close, but Minnesota struggled in that game against a team that literally was putting up no points on offense. And listen, do you trust Kirk Cousins to not throw 3 interceptions? When you need him not to? I don't know. And listen, the Cowboys are coming out of a bye. The last 2 games the Cowboys played, it looks like they've at least stabilized. Again, they're not going anywhere, but you got the sense the last 2 games, putting up an effort in Philly, taking the Steelers down the wire, you at least got the sense that maybe they've started to they've stopped the flooding on defense. I'm not saying the defense is great, but they've kind of stopped the flooding. And they've at least stabilized where it's like, maybe teams aren't going to just throw up 40 every week. And getting Van Der Esch back, helps that there. But, I think Diggs is hurt. So I'll be honest, I haven't been paying attention. But what I'm saying is the Cowboys, for whatever reason, they're going to be sneaky competitive in the second half. And listen, if the Eagles lose at 12 o'clock, the Cowboys are going to go into this game going, if we win, we're a half game out of first. It's just no matter how bad the Cowboys look this year, it's going to come down the last couple of weeks because none of these teams in the division can get it done. Listen, I'm going to root for the Cowboys to win, and I'll take them to win because I don't trust Minnesota. I traded for Zeke in one of the leagues I'm in, and I think Zeke could have listen, he's not going to put up traditional Zeke fantasy numbers, but I think he could have a decent second half where he gives you 12 to 15 points a week, and I'll take that. So listen, I'll take the Cowboys. Whatever. What do you want from me? Sunday night, Kansas City's at Las Vegas. Raiders actually won the last time, but now literally their entire defense is on the COVID list. But they're going to play the game anyway. And listen, you're not beating Kansas City twice. The Chiefs are going to win this game. And then Monday night, you get the Rams at Tampa Bay. The Rams defense is coming on. They shut down Russell Wilson last week. A big game for the Rams, obviously, in the NFC West and the playoffs altogether. Buccaneers is 7-3. God, I want to take the Rams here, but Buccaneers defense is nothing to sneeze at either. Whatever that means. I don't know why you would sneeze at something. I'll take Tampa to win the game. I think Tampa finds a way to win the game. I just don't think the Rams have enough offensively. They're just not consistent enough. And Buccaneers defense is. Listen, the Rams scored 23 points against Seattle last week, which I know they didn't have to run it up because they would contain them, but you would think that you'd have a little bit more offense against Seattle. And Tampa's defense is good. I know they had that clunker against the Saints, but I don't think Tampa's going to put out 2 straight, bad primetime matchups here. But I don't know. This is a tough game. But I'll take Tampa Bay. whatever. And there you go. There's week 11. We're plugging along here. Fantasy playoffs are coming up soon. You got 3 weeks to get it right, and then there you go. And then we'll watch the Cowboys on Sunday, and then there you go. Week 11 NFL.